Welcome everyone back to Wrestling with Politics. My name is Joel Perez, and today we're going to be talking about a story that's a little bit different. And to be quite honest with you, I didn't expect this story to blow up to the extent that it did, but I'm glad that it did. Because this story reveals truly how corrupt and how broken the U.S. healthcare system is. And of course, I'm talking about the murder of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. I'm sure all of you have already seen United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson was shot in cold blood in the middle of a New York City street. And as a New York City resident, this isn't something you see very often nowadays. But believe it or not, the shooting wasn't even the most noteworthy part of the story, because if you see the reaction online, right now, if you go on sites like Twitter, you'll see people celebrating the death of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. And if you look at this reaction online, it makes you question, how can people be so cruel and inhumane? Brian Thompson was a regular human being. He had a wife, he had kids, he had a family. And I agree, this reaction is a little bit harsh, but it also begs the question, what warranted such a harsh reaction? What created all of this animus towards Brian Thompson? What did he do to trigger all of this? Well, if you look deeper into this story, that answer starts to become perfectly clear. It turns out that United Healthcare doesn't provide people with any service. Because let's say you do the right thing and you get your health insurance coverage from United Healthcare and you pay all of your insurance premiums, and God forbid you break your leg or you catch the common cold, well, you might get denied, because that's exactly what they do. United Healthcare denies 1/3 of all insurance claims, the highest in the industry. And so what that means is that when Americans got cancer, when Americans ended up in horrible car accidents, and they ended up with debilitating injuries, what did United Healthcare say? They said denied. So they don't give a damn about your health. And that's exactly how they ended up with $76 billion. So why should the American people give a damn about a very well-paid CEO who most likely had a better life than most of us ever will? Well, many Americans didn't seem to give a damn, to the point where in Baltimore, they even hung a sign over the freeway which said denied, defund, and depose. Those were the same words found on the bullets which killed Brian Thompson. So people aren't happy here. And those bullets, the words on those bullets were a reference to the book Delay, Deny, and Defund, How Healthcare Companies Rip Off Americans. And that book details exactly how these healthcare companies have been ripping off Americans and denying their claims. So it seems like the killer in this case was motivated by these very same frustrations towards the problems with the healthcare industry. The suspect in this case, a man by the name of Luigi Mangione.
About Luigi Mangione.
Luigi Mangione.
Luigi Mangione. Luigi Mangione. Luigi Mangione.
Luigi Mangione
was found in a McDonald's in Pennsylvania carrying around a manifesto stating his intentions, and he stated those intentions very clearly. He said about the healthcare industry that these parasites, quote, had it coming. So Luigi Mangione, he had a lot of frustrations towards the healthcare industry, but the question still remains. Did he decide to pick up a gun? Was he so frustrated with the healthcare industry that he decided to throw the rest of his life away to blow off the head of a top healthcare executive? If you look into his background, Luigi Mangione was an Ivy League student, and he graduated as the valedictorian from his high school. He had a very bright future ahead of him. So yes, the question does get thrown out there. Did he really throw away his entire future to kill a CEO who can simply be replaced? Well, there's definitely two sides to the story. One fact goes like this, and it's that Luigi Mangione had a crippling back pain and something went awry with the healthcare system, and his experience with that crippling back pain, which impacted his life in a severe way, warped his brain somehow and led up to the scenario that we're seeing right here. Or you can believe Luigi and his lawyer's version of events. He hired the top lawyer in the entire Pennsylvania tri-state area, and his lawyer has been doing the rounds, and Luigi himself, in the one clip that we have of him speaking, said that this was an insult to the American people and the American public.
Luigi, do it. And it's completely out of touch. And it's an insult to the intelligence of the American people and the lived experience.
So he seems to be denying these charges. His lawyer has claimed as much, that they plan to plead not guilty. So as far as Luigi Mangione is concerned, he's saying he didn't do it. As far as the murder of Brian Thompson is concerned, it seemed like Brian Thompson knew some information that some very powerful people didn't want revealed. And there's rumors going around online that Brian Thompson was being investigated for insider trading. And as a matter of fact, there's some rumors even going around that he was going to expose Nancy Pelosi for her notorious cases of insider trading. And if that's the case, that would give tremendous motive for Brian Thompson to be taken out. But as far as what the truth is, for now, this is all speculation. And to find out what the truth is in this case, only time will be able to tell. But one thing is for sure about this case, and that's one thing. That's that people are fed up with the status quo. That status quo that I'm talking about is a system that puts what is profitable above what is the right thing to do. And don't get me wrong, you can worry about what is profitable when you're selling t-shirts at a clothing store or when you're selling popcorn at a movie theater. But when you were worried about whether or not someone is gonna live or die, you shouldn't give a damn about what is profitable. You should give a damn about what's going to save that person's life. And that's why everybody's so mad at United Healthcare. Because while you're sitting there sick and dying, they're sitting on the other side of the room wondering what else they can charge you for. Because in America, you can go hundreds of thousands of dollars into debt just for getting sick, to the point where medical debt is the #1 source of bankruptcy in this country. In other words, 79 million people are dealing with some kind of medical debt in the United States, and this is a problem that literally doesn't exist in other countries that have a little something called universal health care. For those who don't know, universal health care, or as commonly referred to in the United States, Medicare for All, is a system where the government provides free health care to all of its citizens through the use of taxpayer funding. This is a system commonly used in other countries like the United Kingdom, Canada, Denmark, Italy, Israel, and the list can go on and on when it comes to that. But these countries have declared healthcare a human right, because unlike other industries, human health is not something that people should be able to make money off of. This is an established idea. And in these other countries, these large health insurance industries and for-profit middlemen who have been able to make a big profit off of sickness in this country, in these other countries, these companies literally don't exist. In these other countries, companies like United Healthcare don't exist. And in another reality, a situation like this, it would have never been allowed to happen. Because in another reality, Brian Thompson, the CEO of United Healthcare, he wouldn't have been allowed to run a company whose only purpose is to rip people off. And in another reality, these politicians, they would actually give a damn about what the American people had to say. Because in this reality, people are so fed up that they don't care if the CEO gets killed, and they don't care if the killer gets away. They just want the system that caused all of this pain and all of this destruction to change. And until they get that change, they don't give a damn if anybody who helped bring this destruction rots in hell. And it's honestly one way to look at things. And as far as I'm concerned, as long as that brings the conversation back to universal healthcare and how broken our current healthcare system is, I'm a happy man, because we can't allow this corruption to continue. We can't allow America to look like this for our children. What kind of world do you want to bring your children into? That's the question. And I certainly don't want to bring my child into the way America currently looks. For now, if you agree with what I had to say in this video, you already know what you can do. You can like on this video, you can leave a comment in the comment section down below, and you can subscribe to Wrestling with Politics. There's a lot more content coming on the way, and for now, thank you for watching this video.